Hey guys, what's up? So, man, I think it's been a little while since I've updated you guys. Just been a little crazy with the powerlifting meet that I had last weekend, and things were just really hectic. So, I just wanted to provide an update with how my prep is going, and I guess like how the powerlifting meet went. If you haven't read my recent blog post, I talked about basically how it went and how it didn't really go as planned. I made the mistake, like going into it, I knew it, but I made the mistake of continuing to cut weight just to stay on track with my primary goal, which is Jr Nationals, so getting my pro card. Because it was just like a bonus that I had gotten invited to this powerlifting meet because the chick who was hosting it thought I was strong, and that was cool, and I thought it'd be a good way to like meet people. But as I got closer to the meet, I continued to lose weight, and during my deload week, so the week before the meet, my volume went down considerably so that I could recover enough for the meet. And since my volume went down, I actually continued to, I cut calories to make up for that. That way I wasn't gaining weight, basically, because my, volume of training was less. And that was recommended by my bodybuilding coach, definitely not recommended by my powerlifting coaches. So it was definitely challenging to try to but I couldn't balance both of them. I did the best I could, and yeah, so I ended up weighing in at 119 for the 123 class. So it was actually my lightest weight yet on Sunday. And, I really just think that it made a pretty big effect, because I had low calories all week long, really low carbs. I believe that's what it hindered my strength on meet day. So I wasn't able to perform at the level that I expected. I wasn't able to hit the numbers that I wanted. I wanted at least a 900 total, which was like a 365 squat, 365 deadlift, and a 215 bench. And I think I failed all three of my last attempts on squat, bench, and deadlift. So numbers that, I was hitting in the gym, the week prior, I couldn't hit on meet day. And it wasn't the environment. I'm used to the pressure, and generally I perform pretty well under pressure. But man, when you start taking into account like diet and weight loss, it has a pretty big effect on how you're going to perform on meet day or on competition day. So it's really important. And in my case, I had just put bodybuilding in front, and so it turned out the way it turned out, which is fine with me. Honestly, I was so far away from podiuming. The girls in my class were hella strong. I mean, there was $40,000 on the line for first place. So it's definitely going to bring out the best of the best. I was under the impression that I was actually going to have a chance to podium, but man, once I got there, yeah, I wasn't. I got fourth place, but I think I got fourth, but I wasn't close to being on the podium. So anyways, so that's how the meet went. It was pretty frustrating, but I mean, I did what I could, and that's all I could have asked for, I just made the mistake leading up to it. So if I were going to do it again, I definitely wouldn't do a powerlifting meet during prep, and it would be a lot more enjoyable because I'd most likely be able to hit the weights that I was hitting in training. So that's that. That was last weekend. Flew back on Sunday night right after the meet. Monday, started training again, bodybuilding style, and it was really interesting. On Tuesday, I started to notice that I was getting, just kind of holding some water, and I just figured it was probably because of the travel and stuff. And Wednesday, I noticed it even more, and then Thursday was pretty profound. So if you guys haven't seen my last video, I actually show you a video of my stomach. It was really interesting. I have never seen anything like it on somebody else or on myself before, but basically, you have to go see the video. But I was lean and freaking rock hard on Sunday, right? Because I had taking in a bunch of carbs, and I was the leanest I've ever been, you know, the lightest weight. And then by Thursday, my stomach blew up like a balloon, like, and it almost looked like there was like, it actually looked like there was like cellulite all over it. And it was just freaking weird. Like, and here I am just, you know, sticking to my diet, training as usual. So there shouldn't be anything going on, you know, like, it's not like I'm, you know, hoarding it down a bunch of food or anything and gaining a bunch of weight. But what happened is, and this happened earlier in my prep, but this was just to a bigger extreme this past week. So what happens, it's really common in women, it's called like the whoosh effect. And when you're going through a weight loss phase, when you are in a caloric deficit and you're exercising and your body's, you know, burning fat, well, your body's always wanting to be in that homeostasis. So it's going to try to hold on to fat for as long as it can because it thinks that you're starving and it wants to like protect you, basically. It's almost like a protective mechanism. And so what happens is, here I am, I'm actually mobilizing fat cells, so breaking them down, but my body's not ready to release them. So they end up sucking in a bunch of water, holding a bunch of water, and they swell up like a balloon. And that's what happened to my stomach. And it was so weird. Like I was lifting up my shirt, and not only would I have like an indent just from sitting, and it's actually still here, and I'll show you guys in a second, but I could jiggle the skin and it would like move for like a good, you know, second or a couple seconds. And it was just, I thought it was really interesting. It didn't scare me that much because I knew it had to. So yeah, it didn't really scare me that much because I knew it was gonna come off. It was just a matter of time. And I have just my entire prep, I responded really well to refeed days. So generally after a week of being in a, you know, decent caloric deficit, and then I refeed my body with a bunch of carbs, my body pretty much nearly every week has lost weight, like dropped down in weight after my refeed day. So on Friday, because it was like such an extreme case, I ended up doing 2 refeeds. So I ended up going to Chipotle, having an awesome burrito, and then my other refeed was cereal. And I freaking love cereal, and it was awesome, dude. I was just like in heaven. The sun was out. It was just the greatest day ever, and I had all this food. I was full all day long up until like noon on Saturday. So it was awesome. But so anyways, I was a little nervous of doing 2 refeeds because I hadn't done that yet. But did the 2 refeeds. Saturday I woke up, looked a lot better, still holding a little bit of water weight. But I mean, not nearly as much as I was on Friday. Okay, and then Saturday was my low carb day, so really low carbs, like, I don't know, 40 grams of carb and maybe 50 grams of fat. It's really low calorie day. And because it's like my non-training day. And then this morning, today's Sunday, this morning I woke up and I knew I was going to be weighing a little bit lighter because I was up peeing all night. Probably went pee like 5 times or something, so a little more than usual. And yep, my weight was down. So from Friday, when I had the big old freaking belly, the one that you can see, I recorded a video on Friday of it. I think I weighed like 122.5. Saturday, so after my refeed, my 2 refeeds, I weighed 120.5. So I dropped 2 pounds overnight. And that was literally, it was like all in my stomach, dude. And then today, this morning, I weighed 119.5. So I dropped an extra pound. And I'm still holding on to a little bit of water, so I'm gonna show you guys. So usually after I've sat down, you can kind of see it a little bit more. So it looks like, see how it kind of, it's not as extreme, not nearly as extreme, but you can kind of see some like indents right here. It's like, it almost looks like cellulite. And so I'm still holding just a little bit, but definitely not near as much as I was on Friday. But like, see how there's like kind of an indent? Like that's not supposed to be there. It's like right here. Anyways, see, and you can kind of tell. So And this is just like, you know, it's like fat that's holding a bunch of water. So it's just, I'm just waiting for it to, you know, to come off. So a couple things that I did in order for that to come off is I increased my calories real high because I've been in a deficit. And then I've also been drinking lots of water. And just making sure I'm not stressing out, because stress is gonna make you hold on to all that water. So yeah, just those three things, and I'm kind of pretty much back on track. I've also read, because I've been doing a lot of kind of reading about this topic, because, you know, it's funny, I've never even heard of it and never experienced it myself, but now I've experienced it twice in this prep, and I never experienced it in my last prep, so it's just interesting. But they say that if you do too much exercise, or you eat too few of calories, or a combination of both, that can exacerbate the problem. So that's something that I need to be aware of, because I can tend to overdo training, especially because I'm getting back into CrossFit a little bit, and it can just be fun, and I can get carried away with it. Just keep that in mind, that if this is something that you are going through, make sure you don't do anything too extreme. Don't be doing excessive amounts of cardio. And that's going to be different for everybody, though, you know. But just kind of like, you watch your body. I would say just kind of look at your body every day, see how it's responding to what you are doing, and then adjust what you're doing based off that. So yeah, I don't even know how many weeks out I am. I think it's 7. Which to me is like really close, because during my last prep, I think I was like, by the time I was 6 weeks out, I was pretty lean. I was like probably 8%, 7% body fat. I was leaner, like, I think I was a little too lean for how close the show was, but maybe not, I don't know. This is only my second show. Like, the way I'm doing things this time is completely different. So it's cool to see everything working. You know, each week my cardio is going up and my calories are going down. Yet I get some freaking awesome refeed meals on Friday. So that keeps me going. But during the week, it is challenging to train. You know, I just don't have the same energy as I would if I had a little bit more calories. So that's been difficult, but it's part of the process. So yeah, everything's going good. And yeah, that's about it. So just wanted to give you guys an update. Let me know if you have any questions. If you guys have not signed up for my newsletter, go check that out, because I give you all sorts of, like, you know, during this journey, I'm learning so much, and I basically just want to provide as much value to you guys as I can. Just help with, like, motivation, nutrition tips, training tips, you know, just basically the problems that I run into, I try to alleviate them or give you strategies on how I deal with them. So check it out. You can sign up for my newsletter on my website. If you just go to natalienewhart.com and then scroll to the bottom, you'll get like a free 6-pack course or guide, cheat sheet kind of thing. So type in your email address and then you'll get on the newsletter. So yeah, thanks guys. I really appreciate you supporting my journey and following me this whole time. I think it's so awesome. I do this for you guys. Otherwise, I would not take the time to record this. And yeah, I hope you guys can learn something or get something out of it. And thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time.